was crying and telling him that I was just a kid, that I worked and tried my best, but he just steamrolled her. He shouted that he had done his duty, that he had housed me for 5 years and that was enough. He told me that I had a week to pack my things and get out. I was just frozen. I could not believe it was happening. I looked at my mom, hoping she would stop it, that she would tell him he was crazy, but she just stood there sobbing. She did not say he was wrong. She did not tell me I could stay. She just cried. And in that moment, I knew I was on my own. I went to my room and I just broke down. I was so scared. I had no idea what to do or where to go. I started pulling my clothes out of my closet, throwing them into a duffel bag, and my tears were getting all over everything. The door to my room was open, and Leo was just standing there in the hallway, leaning against the frame. He was not saying anything, just watching me. I looked up at him, and he had this smirk on his face, this look of pure satisfaction. Then he said the words that I have never, ever forgotten. He looked me right in the eye and he said, "You know, you kind of deserve this." He said I had been a burden on his dad for years and it was about time I was gone. Then he just laughed and he walked away. That moment broke something in me. It was the cruelty from Leo, from the person who was supposed to be my brother. He saw me at my lowest, most terrified point, and he chose to kick me while I was down and enjoy it. I left a few days later. I ended up staying on the couch at my best friend's house. Her parents were saints. They let me stay for the rest of my senior year. I worked my grocery store job almost full time. It was so hard. I would go to school, then go straight to work until 10 p.m., then go back to my friend's house to do homework. I was tired all the time. After I graduated, I got a second job cleaning offices at night. I saved up every single penny I could. I went to community college, then transferred to a state university, all while working. It took me 6 years to get my degree. I did it all by myself. My mom and I reconnected very slowly a few years ago. She called me out of the blue, crying and apologizing. She said it was the biggest regret of her life and that she was weak and scared of Mark leaving her too. We have a relationship now, but it is fragile. I talk to her on the phone, and I see her for holidays, but I always keep my distance from Mark. I am civil to him for my mom's sake, but that is it. I have seen Leo maybe a handful of times at family gatherings over the past decade. We just exchange awkward hellos and then stay on opposite sides of the room. We have never once talked about what happened. So, back to last week's phone call. When they asked me if Leo could stay with me, I was stunned into silence for a moment. Then I just said no. My mom asked why, and I said that I was not comfortable with that. Mark got on the phone and his voice was already annoyed. He started by how Leo is in a tough spot. He said that I have a successful career and a big apartment all to myself, and that the least I could do is help my brother out for a little while. That is when I started to get angry. I told him, he is your son, not my brother. I reminded him that they threw me out when I was a teenager with nowhere to go. Mark's response was that I was being dramatic, and that it was a long time ago. He said he was under a lot of stress back then, and that maybe he did not handle it perfectly, but that I had landed on my feet, so it all worked out for the best, right? I could not believe what I was hearing.